Living in the California suburbs comes with a specific kind of baseline financial anxiety. Even on a beautiful afternoon, there is a quiet, persistent pressure weighing on most middle-class households. The modern reality for families tied to the Bay Area is that earning a six-figure salary is no longer enough to secure a comfortable lifestyle. You can bring in a high income and still feel like you are barely treading water against local costs. To combat this stagnation, a growing number of families are turning to a strategy known as geographic arbitrage. Geographic arbitrage is the active relocation of a family's income to a structurally cheaper, higher-yielding economic environment. It is the process of taking the earning power built in a high-cost coastal zone and deploying it in an interior market where dollars have significantly more leverage. Escaping the financial squeeze requires a shift in mindset. You have to start treating your zip code as a fluid asset that can be optimized, rather than a fixed, permanent identity. To see exactly how this works in practice, we are looking at a specific, data-driven case study comparing Antioch, California, to Fishers, Indiana. This comparison matrix shows the financial friction working against residents in Antioch. The median home value sits at $588,000, but it is supported by a median household income of only $97,500. Contrast this with the right side of the matrix showing Fishers. Here, the median household income is significantly higher, at over $130,000, while median home values actually drop to $420,000. These two datasets create an income-to-housing cost ratio inversion. This inversion is an economic condition where local household salaries mathematically outpace regional real estate pricing, structurally favoring the Indiana resident. Beyond the mortgage, Antioch families face secondary financial drains driving the exit. California state income taxes can reach up to 13.3%, and daily utility and grocery costs consistently run up to 47% above the national average. This sets up the central dilemma. You must determine if the larger home and the massive increase in monthly cash flow are worth sacrificing the California climate and your proximity to Bay Area culture. The primary motivation for a 2,200-mile cross-country migration is raw, compounding monthly cash flow. This waterfall chart breaks down the savings. Housing yields a $1,000 to $1,200 drop in monthly costs. Utility and grocery savings net an additional $330 to $400. Transportation savings and a 3% flat income tax add to the block. Totaling the surplus reveals between $1,500 and $3,000 extra dollars remaining in the family's bank account every month. Projecting this monthly surplus over a 5-year timeline proves it yields between $90,000 and $180,000 in retained wealth. That is capital directly available for retirement or college funds. The physical reality of the housing market is just as stark. A $600,000 budget in Antioch typically buys a 2,000-square-foot older home. That same budget in Fishers secures a 3,000-plus square foot new build with a large yard and a master-planned community. Moving to Fishers acts as a structural wealth-building accelerator, providing a level of financial growth that standard middle-class budgeting cannot replicate. Shifting focus from the financial spreadsheet to family infrastructure, we have to look closely at the quality of the public school systems. The academic baseline in Antioch Unified sits at a C+ district rating. Recent data shows a math proficiency rate of only 13% across the district. This scorecard introduces Fishers Hamilton Southeastern District, ranked number 8 in Indiana. The district holds an A+ rating, math proficiency jumps to 61%, and schools boast a 99% graduation rate. There is a specific challenge to the Fishers district, its massive 21,000 student population. A district this size requires highly proactive parental involvement to ensure children find their specific niche. Ultimately, relocating from Antioch functionally replaces the need to pay for expensive private school tuition. You gain elite public infrastructure that is already included in the local tax base. Ambient suburban crime creates a low-level psychological friction that slowly alters daily family routines, dictating where kids can play and when doors must be locked. Antioch currently sits in the 33rd percentile nationally for safety, specifically dealing with elevated rates of violent and property crime compared to national averages. This bar chart contrasts that risk with Fishers. Fishers consistently ranks in the top 10 safest U.S. cities, with a violent crime rate of roughly 80 incidents per 100,000 residents. This statistical difference translates directly into a dramatic reduction in daily parental anxiety. Residents report a revival of free-range parenting, where children play outside without constant supervision. But we must look at the geographical reality of Indiana. You are accepting the total loss of the Pacific Ocean, delta waterways, and coastal climate. You will pay a weather tax, adapting to 4 true seasons, high summer humidity, and 21 inches of winter snow. This is a severe departure from Antioch's mild, snow-free winters, and it permanently changes your year-round outdoor accessibility. To offset being landlocked, Fishers attempts to manufacture community space with extensive master-planned amenities, including over 100 miles of paved trails and parks. There is also a trade-off in community culture. You are swapping the deep diversity and cultural density of the Bay Area for a highly sanitized, master-planned suburban homogeneity. The financial freedom of the Midwest is directly paid for by enduring winter coats and accepting geographical isolation. Executing a 2,200-mile cross-country family move comes with immediate logistical friction and a temporary disruption to your daily life. It also requires upfront capital. A professional move of this distance will cost between $5,000 and $12,000, depending on the size of your household. Looking at this line graph tracking the ROI timeline, the new monthly savings you generate in Indiana will pay back the entire upfront cost of the move in roughly 4 to 8 months. Before committing to a home purchase, it is highly recommended to conduct a winter trial visit to Indiana. You need to ensure the climate shock is manageable for your specific family. The friction of the physical move is a short-term logistical hurdle attached to a guaranteed, rapidly compounding financial payback. This decision tree evaluates your non-negotiable priorities. First, coastal purists. If you require mild winters and ocean access, you accept paying the California Sunshine Tax. Conversely, squeezed optimizers are families trading geographical prestige for elite schools and financial breathing room. The long-term advantage awaiting the optimizers is clear. You are banking up to $36,000 annually while simultaneously upgrading your physical home size and daily safety. Ultimately, the shift from Antioch to Fishers offers a significant financial advantage, provided you are willing to trade coastal sunshine for long-term systemic security.